I guess that's a multi-layered question. But I think it's a multi-layered question, but I'm not too complex with it. I feel like with respect, if it's something going on, just keep me in tune. If you know my body, if you know my bop, don't put me in a certain situation where you know it's gonna be an issue. And if it's something like huge, like it's your birthday, but such and such was gonna be there, then you give me the decision. You gave me the choice to make the decision, and I pull up. Then that's just on me, because that's my thing. I love when I can control my situation. I hate when my hand is forced.
Surprise.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hate when things happen out of someone else's doing and not mine. You know what I'm saying? If something goes down, it's because I put myself there. You know what I'm saying? Or I was in tune, or, you know?
So what is disrespect for you then?
Disrespect for me is allowing things to happen and not coming to me and telling me about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand things happen, but once, I guess, any situation, not to just box it in, but like if something happens and then you start hiding your tail between your legs and running, it's like, wow, you can't even come to me and talk to me about it. So now it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to air out your dirty laundry and, you know, tell me how many skeletons are in your closet, but it's like, yo, once I'm involved, I just need to be in tune.
Yeah.
And when I feel like once you start moving in a manner where you want to avoid certain topics or conversations, then it's like, all right, something's going on. And it may not even be serious, but the fact that you're doing that is like, you must see me lesser than how I feel.
Right.
Or who I am.
It's like you kind of play me in a sense.
Yeah, like you can talk, even if you're wrong, even if I'm wrong or whatever. Tell me about it. And I feel like if you can't give me that type of leisure.
Before I give you a chance, I was about to say before I throw it to you. All right, so
chill out, boy.
Yeah, I know where we at. So
you good, boy? Nah, I'm talking about Stro, not you.
Yeah. It's that no name brand water bottle for me. It's the water bottle for me. All right, so look, so let's say Shorty wants to come to you and talk to you about that. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say she made a mistake or something along those lines happened, but she's afraid of your reaction. Mm-hmm. Like, do you still deem that as disrespect?
Yeah, that's disrespect because truthfully, it's disrespect, or you must not really know who I am. Because I feel like if I'm not a hothead, I don't explode. And you know that. And if you really deep down know that I'm not this overreacting type of person,
right,
then there's there must be something deeper behind it where you feel like you can't come. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even though you're embarrassed or whatever, it could be whatever. Or what if you're wrong or if I'm wrong, whatever.
Right.
Or if you're fed up. I feel like that shouldn't hold you back to come and tell me. Because I feel like if something like that, if you being upset or you being, I don't know, whatever emotion you want to put, if that overthrows our relationship, as in like, you know, my mindset is not to overreact and I don't blow things out of proportion. You know that. If that causes you to like override that and not come and talk to me, then I feel like now that's disrespect. Because you know me.
Right.
You know me. If you feel like you know me to the T, yeah, and something else can move me off that mantle, I think that's disrespect. You should always know who I am.
Danny, what you think, man?
I want you to go first before I go.
Like, what's disrespect for me?
Yeah.
For me, I mean, you put a spin on it that I didn't really think of, but I think just talking to me a certain way, like, don't talk down on me, and I'm big on reciprocating simple stuff, right? So if I don't talk down on you, if I'm talking to you a certain way, like if I approach you about certain things, if I mess up on something or you mess up on simple stuff, and I don't like bark on you. Like, don't talk to me like I'm a kid. Like, have the decency to get your point across and say what you got to say, and understand that even though I may be expressing why I did something, it doesn't mean I don't see what's wrong in what I'm doing or what I did. But in the same breath, I feel like the way you talk to me has to be a certain way, because I do this for everybody. Like, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and only people I probably don't give the benefit of the doubt to is probably these niggas. But I still give them the benefit of the doubt because we joke around. But like, if we having a serious conversation, I'm gonna sit there and hear you out. And if you feel the need to to call me out my name or start name calling, because I never do. Like, shit, boy, I would never disrespect nobody on that type of level, son. And if you feel the need to do that to me, then I look at you differently after that, because I take disrespect. Like, the only way you could, you may be disrespecting me.
What's disrespect? Is name calling disrespect? If they say you a bozo, that's a trending word that people use. You a bozo? Is that?
If you call me a bozo because of something I did that didn't come out of ill intentions, like I could have did something not knowingly that got you angry and shit. So now you blowing up at me. It's like, let's have a discussion, right? You're upset. Obviously, you're upset, right? So we could have a discussion. But once the name calling calls, or you just this bum nigga, or you just doing all this extra shit, like, I'd be like, for what? Because again, like, for me, if the tables was turned and shorty messed up or she did something crazy, I don't sit there and I don't jump out the window. I never jump out the window, and I make that clear. I even tell people, like, yo, you got like 20 strikes with me before I explode. Like, you could do, because at the end of the day, if you say, especially this, right? People got this thing about, they say, oh, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna change, right? So let's say you do something to me right now, and you say, I'm not gonna do that no more because I expressed my dislike about it. You're gonna do it again, and you're gonna do it again, and because it's out of a habit. So you're trying to break this habit, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna bomb on you every time you do it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make a weird face,
a mental note, like,
I'm gonna be like, all right,
check,
yeah, and I'll give you the side eye, like, but I'm not gonna sit there and bomb on you, because I understand if you say you're in a process of change, I'm gonna let you change. I'm gonna give you that space, that area of growth to get it right. But, like, understand, I need that same thing for me, right? I need that same energy. I need that same time, because I'm making an adjustment. So if you bomb on me consistently over, like, stuff that happened, and you're talking to me in a weird, like, just a real disrespectful way that I feel disrespected, like, you're belittling me as a person, you're not respecting how I feel about the situation and stuff, then it's like, it's weird. Like, you could do it for me. I'm very lenient with stuff.
So what is your immediate thing to do? Is that end of conversation, or are you still having a conversation?
Like what? What do you mean?
Like, I say the belittling begins, and then the name calling begins.
Called silent treatment after that.
But I mean, like, that's after. But I mean, like,
once the name calling begins, and the disrespect, like that, like, once I feel disrespected, I have something I call silent treatment.
So that shit don't work.
So you just stop talking.
There's nothing for me to say,
and you just sit there and just stare.
I dismiss myself from the conversation. I dismiss myself. Because a lot of these times, these conversations, I keep it a standard. We're in the 21st century or whatever. Like, these conversations happen through text. They happen over the phone.
Yeah.
I hang up the phone. I go about my business. I go about my day. You better come correct the next time we talk. And you may feel away, and you should feel disrespected after I did that. But in the same breath, that happens after, like, the 20th time. Like, this is not like, oh, you disrespected me one time.
I don't think that's safe, though.
It's not safe.
So why you do it?
Because I guess that's kind of, it's not, honestly, that's something I'm working on. But that's just how I cope with certain things. Because at the end of the day, like,
it keeps on piling up.
Maybe
you was the one that's upset, because you could be the one in the right. But then if those name callings and because that might be somebody's bot, like, everyone vernacular, and they code, it's code switching, like, you talk differently with different people or whatever.
Like, oh, you must be dumb.
Yeah. That's just how they talk. It's not a specific.
So no, you're right.
This guy is amazing.
But you hear what I said though, right? Like, all right, cool. I made it clear, like, yo, don't talk to me like that. Because again, if the tables is turned, you told me something that you don't want me to do, I'm not going to do it. Or if I do it again, it's not intentionally. It's out of habit, something that I'm breaking. And eventually I'm break that. Like 2-3 more times I might do it accidentally, and I'm taking it out of what I'm trying to do. But, like, if you're continually doing that, you're showing your lack of respect for me. After all, this is for me. I just don't feel like talking to him. I'm not going to keep, because when I do talk, I'm like bombing on you. Like, you getting
you might need.
You feel me? When I say bombing,
it's probably therapeutic.
I don't mean bombing. I gotta be clear. No, I gotta
He
be
means
clear.
voicing
I know
his
what you mean.
opinion
After the text we just
strongly where the ground might shake.
That's a fact.
Like people in the next room might think an earthquake just
got. That's
happened.
a fact.
What I'm gonna say is, and y'all know this for a fact though, is that I'm the most disrespectful person, which is
crazy.
which is without a fact, and I know it's a problem,